Great. So like I said, let's just see where we end up this evening, but just come and sit in a comfortable position on your mat, whatever comfortable looks like for you. So you don't have to sit cross-legged, just be nice and upright through the spine. You can always pop a cushion or a pillow underneath your bottom if you want to. And then I just want you to look around the space that you're in. And just notice, I don't know, 5 objects that are in your space. So just in your mind's eye, just look around and label them, whether it's your carpet, you know, stapler, a cushion, whatever it is, it'll be different for all of us. Just notice what's around you. And then when you've done that, just close your eyes and just become aware of your breath. And as you start to become aware of the breath, just allow yourself to touch a couple of things in your space. So it might be the top you're wearing. Just really feel a few things in your space. Maybe it's your yoga mat. Maybe it's your hair. Just have a bit of a fiddle. So we're not being still, we're just noticing and feeling, being aware of the touch of things in our space. And then when you've done that a few times, just settle your hands onto your knees and just allow your palms to turn upwards. So in yoga, when the palms are turned upwards, we think we're ready to receive. You might feel your energy change slightly as you do that. And then just becoming aware you're breathing again. And then just allow your awareness to come to your ears and just tune into maybe 2 or 3 noises in the space that you're in. Hopefully you're in a space where people are being nice and quiet for you, considerate of your time. There's bound to be some noises. Just tune into those. And be aware of your breath again. And then bring the awareness to your nostrils, and just as you breathe, notice if you can smell anything in the space that you're in. Maybe you've not long had dinner, or maybe you're going to have dinner after this session. So just be aware of the smell and the space that you're in. And then just allow your awareness again to focus on your breath. And just start to lengthen the breath, breathing in nice and long through the nose. Just hold the breath in for a couple of seconds and then exhale out through the mouth. Nice, long, slow exhale. Empty all the air out of the lungs and breathe in again through the nose. Feel the lungs expand, feel the chest lift. Hold the breath in just for a couple of seconds. And then exhale out through your mouth. Nice, long, slow exhale. And then just find a natural, easy breath for you. And just notice yourself arriving, connecting with yourself. And if there's any last lingering thoughts in your mind, just leave them and know that you can pick them up at the end of your yoga this evening if they're important and need your attention. So be in this space here and now just for you. And then just allow your chin to drop to your chest. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the neck. So keep the shoulders drawn back as that chin drops down. And then slowly roll the head over to the right. Keep the right shoulder down. Keep your eyes closed if that feels good for you. Feel the stretch through the left side of the neck. And then roll the chin back down again to the chest, feeling that stretch through the upper back and the neck, and then roll the head to the left. Make sure the shoulders stay down, they don't start creeping up. Feel the stretch through the right side of your neck. Let's do that once more each side. So rolling down to center, just hold. And then slowly rolling to the right. Rolling down to center again. And then up and over to the left. And then drawing your chin down towards your chest again. Just cross your arms over. So if you're not sat cross-legged, it might be worth doing that now. Cross your arms over and take hold of your knees. So you'll lean forward slightly as you do this. And then just arch into your back and pull. I'll just turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. So you're then pulling away using your knees as an anchor to keep your hands rooted down, keep your knees rooted down, and just arch into your upper back. Really emphasize that arch. Open up the space in the shoulder blades. And then inhale, coming forwards. Take the hands behind you, lift and open the chest. So reversing that. If you think a cat-cow, we're just playing with it in a different way here. Really push into your hands. If you can't get your hands down, come onto your fists, lift the chest. And then coming back up, upright, cross your arms the other way now. So whatever way you had them before, cross them the goofy way, I'd call it. And then arch again into that spine. Keep pulling your knees towards the mat. Let your head drop down. Give those muscles in your back a lovely stretch. And then inhale, coming up. Hands or fists go behind you. Lift and open the chest. And if you want to open the hips as well, lift the bottom off the floor. Lift and feel that nice opening through the front of the hips. Keep pushing down through the hands. And then exhale, slowly lowering down. And then come and turn and come onto all fours. So make sure you've got your knees underneath your hips, your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. And just stay in this tabletop for a moment, this tabletop position. So you've got the navel drawing into the spine, your hands are anchored firmly down into the mat, so are the shins and so are the top of the feet. And if someone came and budged you or tried to budge you over, you feel really solid here and secure because you're earthing yourself down to the mat. And then from there, I just want you to lift your right arm just out to the side. So we're not doing a twist. You're just lifting your right arm, squeezing your right shoulder blade towards the center of your spine, palms facing down. And then exhale, lower that hand back to the mat. And then do the same the other side. So make sure the hips don't swing. Inhale, just lift that left arm up as high as you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards the spine and exhale down. We're just going to do that again on the other side. Inhale, right arm floats up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale down. And again to the left. Inhale, lifting up to the shoulder blades, squeezes to the spine. As you lift. And exhale, lower down. And then from here, I just want you to bring your right foot up towards the ceiling, but knee is in line with your hip. And then you're just going to make some circles with your leg. So taking the leg down, to knee towards the floor, out to the side and back. And just work with that really slowly. Try and stay rooted down through both hands so you don't shift all the weight over onto the left side. And then changing directions. So changing the direction of your circle. And just try and make sure that that leg stays in the same position throughout, like an L shape. And that full rotation of your hip. And make this the last one and lower that right leg down to the mat. And let's start that on the left side. So lift the leg up and then start to make your circles. Again, just adjust your hand position so that you're rooted down through both hands. And just be aware of the movement through each part of that leg making those circles. Notice what's going on in the hip, the buttocks, the leg. Notice where the movement feels smooth, where it feels jerky. Change direction. Notice if this side feels easier than the other, or less easy. Just bring awareness into your movement. And make that the last one. And then come back and rest your bottom onto the heels into an extended child's pose. Reach out through the arms. And let your forehead rest on the mat if you can. So if you're up a little bit higher, that's okay too. Just keep reaching out through the upper back. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands round to the right-hand side. So you want to keep your bottom really anchored over those feet if you can, or if you've got the bottom up in the air, make sure you keep your buttock nice and central. Don't let your bottom swing out to the side. And just keep moving around till you feel a really nice stretch through the left side of your body. And maybe if you can get your left hand onto your right hand. So sometimes you might get a sensation of pins and needles here through the armpit and through the upper arm if you've got particular tightness there. I know I sometimes do if I've been spending a lot of time at a laptop. So just be aware of the sensations in your body. If anything feels too uncomfortable, just back off slightly. And then working your way back to center, walk the hands round and take them straight round to the left. So just check in first, make sure you feel the stretch through the right side of the body. And then if you want to extend it further, just place that right hand on top of the left. Nice, long, deep breaths, as always. And then inhale, walking those arms back to center. And from here, just bring your hands in slightly, tuck your toes and lift your way up into a down dog. Keep the knees bent. So really focus on the back and the arms, trying to push the hands as firmly into the mat as you can and trying to push your bottom away as much as you can. And then slowly pedaling one foot at a time towards the mat. Now let your head be really heavy here. And if you can, just let your eyes gaze towards your knees, or maybe even towards your belly button. And keep thinking about the space between your shoulders. And then from there, just slowly walk your feet towards your hands. And let's make our way into our first forward fold. So again, keep the knees bent and hold the opposite elbow and just let yourself hang out here. Let the head be heavy. And just gently become aware of the space in the back of your knees. And feel your weight shifting more towards the earth as you relax and let go. Allow your breath to be long and easy. And then just swap your hands so you're holding the opposite elbow than you were before. Just to give our brains a little bit of a challenge from doing what feels easy. And then let your hands drop to the mat and slowly start to roll your way up towards standing. Now let your arms be really floppy here. Roll up as slowly as you can through each vertebra of your spine. And let your head come to land squarely on your shoulders. And then just bring your awareness to your arms. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let your arms root down towards your mat. Just feel your arms relax. Imagine you've got weights in your middle fingers. Just let your arms be floppy, hanging from your skeleton. And then from here, we're going to step back with our right foot. So not too far back, just enough so you feel a stretch through the right calf muscle. And make sure you've got your feet about hip distance apart. And then just slowly bending into your left knee into a very gentle warrior one. If you find yourself not long enough, you can always walk the front foot out a little bit more if you want to. And then allow your arms to come up towards the ceiling. Now, option here, if you can bring the hands together, do so and look to your hands. If that feels too restricted across your chest or across your shoulders, imagine you're holding a beach ball up there. And just focus on your breath. So as well as focusing on your breath, I want you to be aware of what's going on in your hip area. So make sure your hips are pointing forwards. And then have a sense like you're gathering your tailbone under. So you're lifting through the pelvic floor up into your navel area. So in yoga, we call that Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. So it's all engaged, nice and solid through the core. Good, and then from there, just allow your right arm to float down behind you and allow it to come behind your back. So you might find that you can reach around onto the top of the left thigh, or you might just have it hanging out behind you there. And then from there, just straighten the front leg and just lean back as far as feels good for you. And then keeping that sense of leaning back, bend back into that left knee. If you can keep looking at the hand, that's great. If you need to turn and look at your foot with your knee, then do so. Nice, long, deep breaths. And then releasing your arms back down. Bring your awareness again to the front of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze them down towards the floor. And then bending your front knee again, just slowly coming forwards, lifting your arms behind you as much as you can. So you come as low as you want to here. You might find that you can get your shoulder on the inside of that left knee, or you might want to stay here or even here, yeah? So just move with whatever option feels good for you. Just keep focused on lifting the arms up and over. And keep breathing. And then just allow the arms to lower down onto your bottom. Bring yourself about halfway up if you're lower down. And this next one is optional, okay? So option to go into a balance. So for everyone, just come up onto the toes of the back foot. So this might be as far as you choose to go. But if you can, just maybe step the back foot forward again and then see if you want to lift that back leg off the mat. And then there's an option there to release the hands, so you're in an aeroplane position, or maybe even bring the hands all the way forwards. Just breathe and play with whatever option feels good for you. And remember, staying here is good as well, because you're placing the weight into that front leg. So it's all about strengthening this front leg and just bringing in a little bit of balance. When you're ready to come out, I'm sure you can come out a little bit more eloquently than I did there. So just place your right foot back down onto the mat, release your arms and step your right foot forward. And shake your legs out. Okay, so let's just root ourselves again, back through both feet. Close your eyes for a moment. Allow those arms to be really floppy again. I'm going to go to the other side of my mat so you can see me better. And then step your left foot back. So remember, nice wide stance. Just adjust your footing as much as you want to, and then bend into your right knee. Just check those hips are pointing forwards. Shoulders are still above your hips. And then options with the arms, holding a beach ball or palms together. Look towards your hands. If that feels uncomfortable in your neck, just keep looking forwards. But keep reaching up. Imagine you're reaching up right from your hip bones, all the way up through the side body, lifting your energy up towards the ceiling. And then from there, just allow the left arm to come back behind you and wrap itself around the back of your waist. You might find your fingers again meet the top of the thigh. And again, just keep reaching up. And then straighten that front leg. And very slowly leaning back. Just as much as feels good for you. So you feel a stretch through the right front side of the body. And then bending back into that right knee, still with your back bend. And then releasing the arms down. Bring your awareness to the front of your mat again. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze those fingers down as low as you can. And then slowly coming forwards. Bring the arms up behind you. So option, just go as low as you want to. If you want to work really low, come all the way down. Keeping that right knee bent. And keep reaching up with those arms. And then inhale, coming up about halfway. So options, stay here, or sorry, come up onto the toes of the back foot. I'm struggling with my balance tonight. So come up onto the toes of the back foot. And then options, if you want to come forwards a bit more and into a balance on the right leg. Keep reaching back with those arms, and then options to aeroplane, or take the arms all the way forward. And if you come out, then you come out and just try again. Keep breathing. And then to come out of the pose, slowly transition the weight back onto the left foot. Release your arms, shake your arms out, and step to the front of your mat and just shake those legs. Okay, so from here we're going to step to the right. Turn your right toes out, turn your left toes in, and we're going to come into a deep side angle pose. So bending into your right knee. First option to stay with the forearm on the thigh and the hand on the hip. You can take the arm up to the sky, or you can take the arm all the way over to a 45-degree angle. So choose an option. If that's still feeling pretty good for you, you might want to take your right hand all the way down towards the mat. So key thing here is just keep your right bottom coming under, the right bottom cheek, I should say, coming under, and your hips opening up to the space in front of you. And then really reach out through the left fingertips, all the way down to the outside edge of that left foot. Keep breathing. Nice, long, deep breaths. Allow the arms to come back down and coming all the way back up to warrior two. So the front knee stays bent and allow those arms to come out to shoulder height. Make sure you've got your hips directly over your shoulders. Reach out through those arms, nice and long. And then from here, we're going to take a reverse warrior. So lifting that right arm up to the ceiling. Option to take the left arm around the back. Again, see if you can touch the top of the right thigh. And releasing back to warrior two. And straighten your front leg. Turn your right foot in. Just walk your feet in a little bit if they're very wide. Pop your hands onto your hips and exhale, forward fold. So just take a bend in the knees if you want to. Take your hands to the mat. So you want the back to be nice and flat and your face pointing down towards the floor. So just hold here for a couple of breaths, finding as much length as you can through the front and the back body. And then from there, feel like your weight is slowly coming down towards the mat and walk your hands in underneath you as much as you can, and then bring the crown of the head towards the mat, okay? Keep the knees as bent as you need to. Just work slowly, let the head be heavy. Keep breathing. And then to come out, inhale, lengthen the spine forwards once more, hands flat on the mat. Soft bend in your knees, take your hands to your hips and inhale, come all the way up. And then turn your left toes out, turn your right toes in slightly. And let's go into that deep angle pose on the left side. So bending into your left knee, remember your options. So right hand on the hip, left forearm on the thigh, arm in the air, all the way over, or bring the left hand all the way down towards the floor. And just make sure you keep the integrity of the pose. Make sure the bottom doesn't swing out behind you. Keep it drawing in, hips coming forwards. Nice strong legs, nice strong breath. And then inhale, coming up. Keep that front knee bent. Come into warrior two. Shoulders over hips. Reach out through those arms. Find your breath. Hopefully you're feeling quite warm. Whilst we're working slowly, we're working really strongly through the legs. You should feel quite a lot of heat, I hope, through your core. Bring the right arm down behind you. Left arm comes up. Reverse warrior. An option to bring that right arm behind the back if you want to, maybe finding the top of the thigh. Keep reaching up. And then bringing those arms back to shoulder height. Turn the left foot in. Just walk your feet in a little bit if you want to. And then interlace the fingers behind your back again. So if you remember, we did this a little while ago with warrior one. So you've probably gone to your natural hand position. And now I want you to swap. So your pinky is swapped, so it's in the opposite position as to before. So your thumbs are crossing the opposite way as well. And then from there, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring the arms up and over behind your back. Let the head go. Keep lifting your arms. Keep your breath nice and strong. And when you're ready, inhale, lifting back up through the arms, coming all the way up. Release the arms, let them be floppy, roll the shoulders back and down. And walk your feet in, heel toe, and just shake your legs out. Good. I'm just going to release a bit of energy from the spine as well. So just allow your feet to be slightly wider than hip distance apart. And I just want you to swing your arms round. Imagine you're a grumpy 4 or 5-year-old. I'm sure some of us have seen children around that age getting grumpy these last few weeks. So just have a bit of fun with this. Let yourself be really floppy through the head, through the arms. And allow your arms maybe to hit behind you as well. And then still keeping really floppy, slowly losing your momentum, coming back to a natural stop. But don't force it, just let it happen naturally. And then just come to a place of stillness again. And just notice your energy in your body. Be aware of any tingling in the fingers, in the toes. And just be aware of that feeling of floppiness just in your arms, in your shoulders. Hopefully, if you've been feeling tense before you came in, you feel some of that's gone. And opening your eyes, just come and step back to the front of your mat. And we're going to take one vinyasa just to come down to the floor. So inhale, take your arms wide, reach up. Touch your palms together and exhale, swan dive, take the arms wide, come forwards into your forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. And then exhale, plant the palms down onto the mat, step back into a plank position. Option here to bring the knees down, or you can come into a full press up, keep the elbows in. Touch all the way down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, down facing, not down facing dog, extended child's pose. That's me on autopilot. And just rest here. Take some nice long deep breaths. And then coming up, make your way onto your bottom with your legs outstretched in front of you. So have your toes pointing up to the ceiling. Really push out through the heels of your feet. You might even feel the heels of your feet lift off the floor. And bring your arms by your sides, palms facing down, pushing down into the mat. And we're in Dandasana, the staff pose. So if you feel your lower back rounding, if you've got a cushion, just pop it underneath your bottom. And just gently draw the chin in slightly and your eyes are looking down at your toes. Take some nice long deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then from there, inhale, sweep your arms forward, reach up, look up. And then exhale, keep your eyes on your fingertips as you just travel forwards as much as you can. Keep looking at your fingertips and keep reaching them forwards till you've gone as far as you can and you touch down. Let your head go. Let your breath be easy. Keep those feet active, toes pointing up to the ceiling. And keep pushing the legs down into the mat or into the floor, really firmly. So that keeps all the muscles active, even though you're stretching them. It's a much safer way to engage into a stretch than being floppy. And then inhale, just slowly roll up. So roll through each vertebra of the spine and come back up to a seated position. Draw your right foot in and allow your right knee to come out to the side. And again, if you notice your knee's quite high up, pop a cushion under there just to support the hip and the knee. And then bring your awareness back to your left foot. Inhale the arms again, take them up above your head. And looking at your fingertips, exhale, travel forwards. Keep pushing down through the leg. When you come to your rest point, just let the head go and breathe. Make sure you're squarely down on both sit bones as well. You might find you're swinging over to the left slightly, especially if this knee's up. So make sure you're not going so far that you're having to fight with yourself. Make sure both sit bones are down and then melt into the pose. And then inhale. This time reach forwards, keep looking at your fingertips as you come all the way up. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring your left hand over to the right knee. Right arm comes behind you. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, turn and look over your right shoulder. And just use your hand against the knee to keep pushing, opening through the spine. Keep those left toes active. And then inhale, unraveling. And bring that right knee up. Extend that right foot forwards. I'm going to take a forward fold again with both legs out front. So just notice how the right side feels versus the left as we do this. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, flow forwards. Keep looking at your fingertips. Travel, travel, travel. And just land wherever you do. And just be aware if anything's changed from the first time you were here. Maybe one of your legs feels a little bit longer than the other. I don't know. Just be aware, just notice what it feels like to be in your body. Notice how good it feels to be breathing and to be feeling your body active. And we're going to roll back through the spine again this time. So rolling like we do up through a bicycle chain, all the way back up. And then bring the left foot in. Allow the left knee to come down to the mat. Option again for a cushion. Toes of the right foot pointing up. Inhale, reach up, look at those fingertips. Exhale, travel forwards. And again, just notice. How does this side feel compared to the other? How does that left hip or that left knee feel compared to the other side? You know, in reality, we're all wonky somewhere in our posture, and through doing things like yoga, you just bring a little bit more awareness to where you're misaligned. And then once you're aware, you might be able to do something about it, just through how you walk a little bit differently, how you carry the weight in your feet, whatever it is, just be aware. And to come out again, reach forward with the arms. Keep following your fingertips as you come all the way up. Let the arms come down, then the right hand finds the left knee, left hand behind, and exhale, twist round to the left. And inhale, coming back to center. Bring the left knee up, Extend that leg out. And then put on something warm if you want to, so you're ready for relaxation. And come and lie on your back. So hold the backs of your thighs as you roll down towards the floor. And just bring your knees to your chest for a hug. Rocking from side to side. Maybe bringing your head and shoulders off the mat. Looking down towards the toes. And then come to rest with the feet onto the mat. So we're just going to do an inversion before we come into relaxation. So there's two options here. For those of you that are comfortable going into a shoulder stand, feel free to take yourself up. And if you don't want to do a shoulder stand tonight, the lovely alternative is just to take your legs up into the air. So it doesn't matter if the knees are bent or if the knees are down here slightly, just keep the legs up above you so your feet are coming up towards the ceiling. Just allow yourself to lay with the arms out by your sides. If you want to try a shoulder stand, you just need to bring your hands onto your back and walk your hands slowly up and point your toes. And then options if you want to go into plow pose. You can extend the fingers out if you want to. But I think it's just nice to stay here as well. So I'm going to stay here just for a couple of breaths. You choose what options feels good for you. And whatever option you're in, just breathe and relax as much as you can. Even if you're using a bit more energy in your shoulder stand this evening, try and stay relaxed in the face and through the legs as much as you can. I should also say you can pop your legs against a wall as well. That just makes it even more comfortable, or against a sofa. So if you're in shoulder stand or in the plow pose, just start to prepare to roll out nice and safely. Make sure you keep your chin tucked in as you're rolling out. And if you've got the legs in the air, just bring your knees into your chest again. Squeeze them towards you. And let your legs find the floor. I'm also just going to counter that quickly as well. So just put your hands underneath your bottom, push into your elbows, let the crown of the head come onto the mat and find your fish pose. So this is really nice counter pose after shoulder stands, just to release any tension out of the neck and shoulders, lifting the chest. And then again, as you come out, just keep the chin tucked in, let the head slide away from underneath you. And then take your hands out from underneath your back. And you can go straight into Shavasana, just allow the body to open up, palms move away from the sides of the body. Or if you want to give yourself another hug, feel free to do so. And then just softly closing your eyes and bringing your awareness back into yourself. So just take some long breaths through the nose again and out through the mouth. Just allow yourself to sigh the breath away. And with each out breath, just feel yourself relaxing deeper. Allow that wave of relaxation to come into the body. And with each out breath, just allow anything that doesn't serve you just to leave you now.
Breathing in relaxation. Breathing out any signs of tension or stress. Breathing in relaxation. Exhale, letting go. And just be with yourself for a few moments. Allow yourself to relax deeply, and I'll watch the time for you so you can really relax and let go. And then just slowly start to become aware of your senses again. Feel the breath coming into your body. Bringing your awareness back to any noises inside or outside of the room that you're in. And then just some gentle movement back to your fingers or your toes. And then just moving in whatever way feels good for you now. And then in your own time, in your own way, slowly coming up and joining me in a seated position.